You have a theory, and it's an interesting theory.
Mhm.
It's quite rational in nature as well, as far as dating apps keeping us apart. And if
Mhm.
you think about how dating apps are, their incentive is to make money. It's kind of like
Mhm.
Facebook and Instagram. The
Mhm.
longer you stay on there, the more money they make. The
Mhm.
ads are being seen more often.
Mhm.
Um, and of course, Tinder is trying to make you buy gold, and Bumble is trying
Mhm.
to make you buy, a la
Mhm.
carte, buy some shit, and then it's just nonstop foolishness.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, but yeah, that's it. Where did you come up with that? You want to speak to the fact that you think dating apps are keeping us apart? Is there
Mhm.
any nuances that you've noticed in the dating apps themselves or the
Mhm.
engagements thereof?
So, well, my friend and I, we always talk about Tinder and just how annoying the app is,
Mm,
and just dealing with people that way can sometimes be, you know, it's not always fun.
mm,
And then I remember she told me about some feature that she had. This was like a while ago. We were both on it, and I was like, I don't have that feature. Like, what do you like? Is it just like an update? Like, I'm like, my phone is usually I always keep my phone all the way up to date.
yeah.
And then I also noticed she goes to UGA and I was in
Hmm.
Athens with her, which is like probably like an hour and a half outside of Atlanta ish.
Okay.
And she was like, it's no black dudes out here. And I was like,
Mercy.
my Tinder is only black dudes, right?
Ah.
And I was like, how could yours be only white and mine's only black? And then I had to consider like there's an algorithm at play.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we started talking to our male friends, right?
Hmm.
And they were like, yeah, like my photos, every time I upload them, they're clear. And then when I upload them, they're like grainy and they look bad and all this stuff. And I'm like, huh, okay.
Mm.
So my question is like, I don't think Tinder or Bumble, I don't think that they're just these objective bodies that are just letting us see whoever we see and swiping on whoever we're swiping. I
Right.
do think they play a role in making things slightly more difficult because what do they have to gain if we all find our partners on there? We're not going to use it anymore.
Facts.
It's better to make it dysfunctional, better to make it weird, better to make men look creepier than they actually are.
Mm.
Um, and then we also noticed that like you can tell when a guy has Tinder Gold or Tinder Premium, whatever
Yeah.
silver, whatever they have, because
Mm.
like there's certain discrepancies, certain things that are like different. I think it's like some people won't have their age shown or their distance shown and stuff like that. And then like, you know, it's unfair, but like naturally you're gonna be like, why are you paying for this? Why are you
Yeah.
paying for this? Like that makes us weird, right? Like and those things play a role in it. And so my thinking was like, they don't want us to find, you don't want me to find my boyfriend on here. You don't. You want me to
Right.
stay on here swiping and seeing your ads
Hmm.
and all of that nonsense. Um, and so like I don't know if it was like this big discovery or anything, but that was just like it's like what I peeped.
Yeah. It kind of makes sense. Like, let's say all these men have all these different chats going on. They're talking to all 10 of these women or all 20 of
Hmm.
these women. And then we have this one woman who says, I'm not trying to waste my time. My
Hmm.
kids come first. A
Hmm.
little overweight, swipe left. And
Hmm.
then let's pair those two together. Because
Hmm.
it continues, like the women that want long term relationships, let's pair
Hmm.
them with all the dudes that don't want long. It just continues
Hmm.
the cycle.
Hmm.
It makes sense
Yeah.
because no one's going to achieve what they want. The
Hmm.
guy may or may not get some draws. The
Hmm.
woman's not going to get a long term relationship.
Exactly.
And it just, they'll delete it for 4 months and they'll be back. Just wait for it.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be back and they'll
Four
put some
months is
more ads
nice.
on it.
Usually it's 4 days, and they're just like, whatever, fuck it.
Right. And then, of course, you have all these apps doing the same exact thing. It's the same
Mm-hmm.
people on there, especially
Mm-hmm.
like I'm in a very small town, Clovis, New
Mm-hmm.
Mexico,
Yeah.
right outside of a military base. The
Mm-hmm.
military base keeps this town alive.
Yeah.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, you see the same faces. I left here for 4 months, went to Florida, did an internship program,
Mm-hmm.
came back. It's the same people on here. I'm like, bro,
Mm-hmm.
y'all still ain't found nobody, bro. And knowing me, I'm looking for a long term relationship, not
Mm-hmm.
marriage.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, in most cases, I'm just a casual observer. I'm just here to get some draws whenever I need it. Take care
Mm-hmm.
of some
Mm-hmm.
hormone issues. Some
Yeah.
testosterone's a bit high
Mm-hmm.
currently. The gym, I already been to the gym today, so
Mm-hmm.
I get rid of it.
Mm-hmm.
So at most, I'm looking for a long term relationship with no marital contract.
Yeah.
And so if I look at who I get paired with, I'm like, yeah, they want marriage, they want
Mm-hmm.
happiness and happy
Mm-hmm.
ever after, and the white
Mm-hmm.
picket fence. I'm like, I'm not the right person for that. You understand? I'm a minimalist at heart. I
Mm-hmm.
don't own a lot of stuff. I don't like everything I own fits in my car. When I
Mm-hmm.
travel, I throw everything I own in my car. It's
Mm-hmm.
mainly just live streaming,
Yeah.
laptops and stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
it's an interesting theory, mainly because if we look at our own lives, we can find the confirmation biased information
Mm-hmm.
where, like, yeah, that seems to fit. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't see why they would have an incentive to pair people, because
Exactly.
if they were successful, they would have nobody left. So it made
Exactly.
a lot of sense. And